All right, I have the signal to begin. So welcome this evening. The Cum Laude Committee at Millbrook School elects students to cum laude in their sixth form year who have achieved an honors record as determined by both grades and rigor of course load. As a general rule, these students stand in the top of their class. However, the committee considers GPA as just one important measure of academic success. In keeping with Millbrook's motto, non sibi sed cunctis, students elected to cum laude at Millbrook must achieve the highest levels of academic success while also enhancing the intellectual experience for their peers. They must exhibit intellectual generosity inside and outside of the classroom. To kick off tonight's inductees, I now invite Devondria Bernard to speak about Karita. Thank you.
I've had the pleasure of being Karita's advisor for the past 2 years. Karita was tasked with choosing a new advisor last year, and apparently how she ended up with me was by saying, I guess, Miss Bernard. Well, Karita, I guess I have to give this super nice speech about you. Karita is everything, everywhere, all at once. Somehow she can be doing everything all the time, and she doesn't care if anybody knows that she's doing them. She's humble, dedicated, hardworking, and, well, really, really, really smart. One time during assembly, I saw her doing 5 different things at the same time, I swear. She was in the booth working on sound and lighting, giving an announcement on stage as prefect, tutoring a student in the audience, putting the finishing touches on her artwork, and writing her history paper, all while PD somehow already read that paper and plugged an A in the gradebook. Her powerhouse ability to get her work done, do it well, and to be so giving to Millbrook with a myriad of ways she's involved in this community is admirable. Given my powers in the admission office, I was able to pull Karita's application in Millbrook. No, I'm not going to read your 13-year-old self's essays, Karita. Don't worry. But I would like to say that Karita wrote about risk-taking and imagination, and how imagination is, quote, the foundation of creativity, dreams, and innovation. Throughout her years here, Karita was able to manage cum laude quality grades through hard work, and she was able to imagine and embody creativity in more ways than one. Not only is Karita an outstanding scholar, she demonstrates a deep passion for learning that extends beyond the classroom. She is one of the most interesting people you'll meet. She's unassuming and humble, and she tends to do her own things how she wants to do them without caring if anybody notices. I don't know if Karita recognizes just how great she is, but I do hope that as she finishes out this school year and takes on her future, that she thinks to her 13-year-old self, reminding her to take risks and imagine. Congratulations on your induction to the Cum Laude Society.
Do I have to hold this up? Yes. Okay. Good.
Next up, Ms. Mckr.
I started thinking about this speech 4 years ago when Christina earned high honor roll for the first time. I should have started even earlier. I should have started when I first saw Christina's determined look. It's not this one. This one is, Ms. Mckr, please don't embarrass me. The first time I saw that determined look was in the fall of Christina's 3rd form year when she received a 98% on her first English essay. Not bad. Christina has been playing at the highest academic level for 4 years. She's netted 8 semesters of high honor roll, and yes, I'm including this one. She jumped from French 3 to French 5 to ultimately land an AP as a senior, and she has amassed 1 and 2 effort grades across disciplines. How does she do it? Well, every student on this stage has their own formula. Christina's is this: grueling work sessions, prioritizing the hardest work first, and chasing down teacher feedback. I like a kid who works hard, and that's what's earned Christina her spot here today. But what impresses me the most about Christina is that she thinks deeply about what she cares about, and then she says it out loud. She stands up in assembly, in classes, and in her social life, and she speaks up. It might be to announce a DEI initiative, introduce a new Model UN conference, or to share an opportunity to create cards for beloved community members. Christina makes sure that the things she cares about are seen and heard. And like earning 1s and 2s and A's, that's not easy. There's not a person in this room who doesn't know what's important to Christina, whether you're paying attention or not. And if you weren't paying attention at first, she stared you down until you were ready to hear. I urge you to be inspired by Christina's intellectual legacy. Figure out what's important to you. Work hard at it. Say it out loud. Make yourself heard. You'll make yourself better. You'll make this school better. And someday, no doubt, you and Christina will make the world better. Congratulations, Christina. Next up, Ms. Peterson.
A few things about Abby Brown. First, Abby is small but mighty. Don't underestimate her. Second, she is not someone who I recommend getting into an argument with, as she is opinionated and passionate. As her teachers note, Abby knows how to form an argument and support it with evidence and is not afraid to tell you when you're wrong. I'll admit that as her U.S. history teacher, I fully disagreed with her term paper argument on the New Deal photography program being propaganda, but her paper was so well argued and made me think. Abby's ideas, both in writing and in class contributions, are direct in their argumentation, cutting straight to the heart of the matter. So unless you're prepared to lose, I suggest not trying to argue with Abby. Third, Abby is equally at home in the humanities, STEM, and art classes. While her passion lies in the sciences, Abby applies herself equally to all of her classes. And it's a special thing when a teacher cannot figure out a student's favorite discipline because they're engaged across the board. And lastly, Abby has worked super hard for this over the past 4 years. I think it's easy to look up on this stage and think this achievement came easy for all of these students. And while yes, Abby's hard-working nature, competitiveness, and inquisitiveness set the basis for her academic success, these past 4 years have not been without hiccups, speed bumps, and challenges. And yet through these, Abby has earned herself a spot in cum laude because of her perseverance and determination in the face of these obstacles. And she has managed to take top classes and challenge herself academically while also balancing her many contributions to our community as a peer supporter, writing center tutor, zoo curator, and varsity athlete. Abby, we thank you for all you have done for Millbrook in these past 4 years. Oh, I didn't think I was going to get emotional. And congratulate you on your acceptance in the Cum Laude Society. Next up, Mr. Feidelson.
Ready? Several weeks ago, we all sat in this room while Tinyu, right from this very spot, gifted us with an honest, funny, thoughtful, and above all, poignant tale about the challenges she's faced in her time at Millbrook, on the paths, in the omelet line, and elsewhere. Today we honor Tinyu for the gift she has given us in her most comfortable space, the classroom. Tinyu began her third form year remotely from her home in China. Yet her talent, enthusiasm for thinking, and her classroom leadership skills were evident even through that small little Zoom window. Toward the end of the year, she gave a high-level presentation via Zoom to my in-person Algebra 2 class. It's her introduction I remember. "Hello," she said, "I'm your ghost classmate." Once she arrived at Millbrook in her corporeal form, it was clear that TNU was an academic force. Her talent, off the charts. Her creativity, spectacular. Work ethic, beyond compare. But the secret to TNU's massive success is no secret at all. She is curious about everything. US policy toward Vietnam, how to sculpt with paint, the search for an effective RSV vaccine, King Lear, integrals of polar functions, how do you parallel park a car? Whatever. TNU wants to know and understand, and she wants you to know too. She's generous with her ideas, eager to share and challenge her teachers and classmates to keep up with her, and likewise demanding that we share our ideas and challenge her in return. TNU, you have made every group you are part of more dynamic, more intellectual, and more engaging. We are so fortunate that you were able to leave that little Zoom box and spend these last 3 years helping us be better students and teachers. We owe you more omelets than we can ever repay. Thank you once more, and congratulations. Now you turn, now you take that. Now you turn. No, you got to get a picture.
I knew it.
Grace. Up next is Mr. Feidelson. If you rearrange the letters in Rio Quinn, you can spell insatiable curiosity. True story. I imagine that the first word Rio spoke at the age of 6 months probably was why. But here's the thing, I think he spoke that word once, why, and has spent every day since answering that question in relation to everything he experiences. For Rio, the world is a jigsaw puzzle begging to be solved. When he enters a classroom, his goal is to answer the questions life has placed before him. Important questions like, why is logarithmic graph paper lined that way? Deep questions like, how can AI help us learn better? Frightening questions like, how much rocket fuel can I use until this becomes truly dangerous? Rio's ability to assimilate and connect different ideas is truly remarkable, amazing even. But what we celebrate here most of all is Rio's eagerness to bring us along with him as he dissects and analyzes the world around him. He has challenged and energized his teachers in the best way, and most importantly, he has encouraged and supported his classmates in their academic journeys. One year, I asked Rio's class to list the people in the class who were helpful to them that year. Rio's name appeared on everybody's list. Rio, we are grateful for the opportunity to learn with you and from you, and we will miss you greatly. It was clear since we met you that your path would lead you to this spot right here, right now. We can't wait to see where your path will lead you next. Congratulations. We have Ms. Fulmer.
The other day in my office, Eli joked, "If you're ever looking for me, Mrs. Fulmer, I'm usually in one of 3 places: my dorm room, the athletic center, or the turf." While he might be almost right, I'd argue that Eli has made a serious impact in other spaces too. It does not go unnoticed that the drive he shows in athletics, the drive that earned him many accolades, including lacrosse captain and 2-time football captain, doesn't hold a candle to his drive to be successful in the classroom. According to his teachers, Eli works well on group projects and is a team player, a generous spirit, and a collaborator. Funny how that sounds exactly like what his coaches and his teammates say about him. No matter where he is on this campus, Eli always stays true to who he is. Eli has diverse academic interests. He is all in on any task that is given to him. He is an intuitive learner, and he has an innate ability to weave and connect concepts and ideas across subject matters. Eli enjoys learning for the sake of learning and has a real love of and appreciation for history, which he has managed to bring into just about every space on this campus. Both in and out of the classroom, Eli holds himself and his peers accountable. He engages passionately and deeply with the areas that matter to him. Eli has a level of appreciation for his Millbrook education that should make all of us feel good about why we are here tonight. Eli, your drive to be the very best and your passion to follow your heart have brought you to this stage today, and I know those same traits will carry you far in life. Congratulations. There is no doubt Sam Tsao has a brilliant mind, an unyielding dedication to his studies, and an intellectual curiosity that could rival that of any one of us. In every course he has taken at Millbrook, Sam holds himself to the highest standards and demands the very best of himself. According to his teachers, Sam is a standout student who elevates the discussions in every single class, asking excellent questions that demonstrate curiosity. If he doesn't know something, he finds out about it. He is relentless in his pursuit of knowledge. Unsurprisingly, Sam's extracurricular impact rivals that which he makes in the classroom, and his commitment to the Millbrook community is endless. A 3-sport varsity athlete, Sam did his part to contribute not only to the varsity ice hockey team, but also to the varsity soccer and lacrosse teams. Similarly, as a student, Sam is always eager, organized, and active, selflessly giving up his own time to help others improve their writing and other things too. In all that he does, Sam is a quiet leader, gently guiding his peers in the right direction when necessary. As a result, he has earned the respect of everyone in his classes, on his teams, and beyond. Honestly, Sam, is there anything you can't do? Sam, throughout your time at Millbrook, you have been exceptional as a student, as an athlete, and most importantly, as a human. Your quiet enthusiasm, your intellectual ability, and your energy have allowed you to balance an incredibly rigorous schedule, both in and out of the classroom, with grace and strength. Because of this, you have accomplished so much. Congratulations. Next up is Mrs. Depew.
Sarah, you are one of the most eager academics I have ever met. So, it is no surprise that you're going to be inducted into the Cum Laude Society. Over the last 4 years, I have watched you rework assignments to perfection, even rework some assignments that would have passed as perfect for others, but keep reworking them until they are. Your teachers all speak of your engagement in the learning process. Sarah often goes above and beyond a topic. She wants to know all aspects of an argument, a subject, and what led to something being discovered. Sarah, your 6th form year has really highlighted and brought out all the best of this curiosity for knowledge. All of your advanced classes has embraced your energy to deep dive into these subjects. I have had the privilege of watching you develop an upcoming podcast about lemurs for advanced biology, perform a study of the Trevor Zoo Fox exhibit to learn more about their nocturnal behavior for independent science research, and watch you create the most amazing paintings in honors drawing and painting. Of course, your grades were wonderful, but the impressiveness of your transcript is in the breadth of the areas that you let yourself excel in. Sarah gives back to her peers by being a head tutor and always being happy to share the process with her peers. Sarah also thrives in her role as a student head curator in the Trevor Zoo. Her passion for animals pulls all of her zooies in and gets them excited to engage more with the individual animals at the zoo. Sarah's work as an ambassador for the Trevor Zoo extends well beyond this community and into the Association of Zoos and Aquarium Field. She has represented the zoo at the annual conference and AZA Advocacy Day with maturity and a thirst for more about topics affecting the natural world. I hope in your future endeavors, you will continue to say yes to taking the extra step. Please always stay curious and hungry for knowledge. Sarah, your grit and hard work has paid off. Congratulations on your induction to the cum laude. Next up, Mr. Maliello.
Thank you. Ready? Good. Right, Georgia. Receiving this award today is an acknowledgement of your accomplishments. The Cum Laude Society recognizes academic achievement in secondary schools for the purpose of promoting excellence, justice, and honor. You meet all the standards to qualify, with some of the work coming easy to you, some of it requiring extra time and energy to get the job done. Your consistent high effort grade is proof of that. When something requires extra work, you're willing to put in the extra time to make it happen. You manage this while sharing your time, knowledge, experience, and enthusiasm with your peers. You recognize the importance of helping our community develop and understand an acceptance between people, and having given your time and energy to that cause, always with a positive attitude. One of your teachers noted, "I'm impressed by her persistence and great attitude. She's on task always, which helps her classmates stay focused as well. I appreciate her positive attitude." Georgia, what makes you special to me is your effort. Not that you make the effort list, even though that in itself is important, and we've talked about that. It's a monumental task. It's that you make it while balancing all the other aspects of your life. One of your teachers summarized and confirmed it to me in a recent note, saying, "She takes care of all her daily responsibilities, and it's a pleasure to be around." That's hard to do. Georgia, Millbrook is a better place having you be a part of it. As you continue to grow and develop confidence in the good in you, I expect your journey to become more fulfilling and exciting as you write each new chapter. Being a part of your life and watching you be you has been inspiring. Congratulations on earning this award. You earned it. There you go. Next up, Dr. George.
I'm here to celebrate the many achievements of my advisee, Angelina Hang. While I've only had the pleasure of working with her this school year, my conversations with the adults in Angelina's life have revealed how much she's grown over her time at Millbrook. Initially a shy international student still mastering her English skills and reining in her perfectionist personality, Angelina has grown into a mature student who shares her knowledge openly and confidently with her classmates. Incredibly focused on her personal growth and educational goals, Angelina is a scholar through and through. While she's being inducted today in part due to her tremendous academic achievements, Ms. Havard shared with me that Angelina has also gained substantial equanimity during her time here. No longer stressing about every point or every note on the piano, Angelina's mindset has shifted to take these moments as valuable learning experiences. To me, this is the true mark of maturity. Speaking of her notes on the piano, as a community, we've been incredibly blessed to hear Angelina play and watch her skills improve year by year. Her profound appreciation and passion for classical music and her connection to her teachers and the music they themselves created is a joy to see, hear, and learn about. Angelina spends countless hours in the music room practicing in order to share the beauty, emotion, and value of classical music with her audience. This dedication speaks to her meticulous personality. In her non-classroom activities like cross country, Angelina has consistently challenged herself year after year, beating her personal best times and mentoring younger runners, pushing them to also improve. Her coach has shared with me that Angelina never complains, just digs in and does the work. This tenacious mindset will surely carry you far in life. Congratulations, Angelina, on this well-deserved honor. I'm so grateful to have had you as a member of my first group of advisees. Up next, we have Mr. Harp.
Fluffy hair and a lanky golf swing. Inquisitive and knowledgeable. Resourceful and well-spoken. Tenacious and reflective. These are all words and attributes that appropriately describe Lucas, or Luke John, as many of us have come to know him. Academically, Lucas's achievements speak for themselves. AP English, AP Spanish, AP Calculus. You only got to AB though. So, advanced science research, the groove, straight A's, and yes, a few B pluses along the way. Lucas is in front of us today to celebrate his remarkable academic achievements and to be inducted into the Cum Laude Society. However, what is equally as remarkable is Lucas's exceptional growth as a student and his recently found passion to continuously learn and enjoy the process of learning in everything that he does. Over our 4-year advisor-advisee relationship, I have witnessed Lucas grow from a result-driven student to someone who delves into the process of learning and genuinely enjoys working through the challenges that confront him. Whether it is dissecting his round of golf after each match or discussing scientific results from his independent science research project, Lucas deeply cares about understanding and application to everything. One of the things that I respect most about Lucas is that he flies a bit under the radar. He's a relentless worker, not because he wants the spotlight, but rather because it is the right thing to do, and he has been taught to do just that. Luke John, each year you shouldered more responsibility and leadership than the last. From recycling leader to golf captain, peer supporter, dorm leader, etc. You are a great role model for our younger students each day. You continuously set high expectations for yourself and those around you. You have yet to shy away from a challenge, and you have grown to be a motivated, tenacious, and patient young man. You are prepared for the next chapter, and I will greatly miss our seasonal golf matches next year. You have left Millbrook better than you found it in many ways, and for that, the HARF Advisory Group is proud. Congratulations, Lucas, on your induction to Millbrook's Cum Laude Society. Next up is Mrs. Clisby.
Oh, geez. I was hoping that I could stand up here and tell you of Callie's evolution as a scholar at Millbrook, of how she used to hate school, or was lazy and disengaged until she saw the light, that would have made a nice speech. But when sitting down to write this and looking over Callie's track record starting in the third form, imagine my disappointment when I discovered that in her entire time at Millbrook, Callie's dramatic improvement came in her freshman year when she overcame a B+ in history. At least it makes for an easy explanation as to why Callie stands before you receiving this honor. But there is more to cum laude than just getting good grades. You must demonstrate grit, generosity, and a predilection for challenge. If you've ever shared a classroom with Callie, you've experienced Callie's grit. Callie is not satisfied with her understanding of a concept unless every single step makes sense. She is the kid who asks the question that everyone else is dying to ask but is too afraid. And in this way, in addition to her enthusiasm for collaboration, Callie is a generous scholar as well. And is Callie inclined towards challenge? In a word, yes. If you prefer to, hell yes. When she saw her classes at the start of the school year, she was dismayed that her schedule could only accommodate 5.
What am I going to do with 2 free blocks?
She said. Well, she found a way to keep herself busy, but it was a close one. Congratulations, Callie, on your induction to cum laude. You earned it. Next up is Mr. David Wang.
Hello.
Wow.
I like to think of Raheem's time at Millbrook as one of academic evolution. While grades were always important to him, there was a clear progression and maturation of him as a scholar. When I met Raheem as my new 4th form advisee, he spoke to me quite a bit about his aspirations as a hockey player. When we did speak about academics, it was often me pressing the issue, and him responding that everything was fine. And it was fine. That year, his teachers remarked about how Raheem was capable, and when engaged, made positive contributions to the class and the learning environment. They also mentioned how he could be distracted and a bit immature in class. None of that is a knock on Raheem. It is meant to set this up. His geometry teacher, Mrs. Clisby, wrote in his comment, "When you take yourself seriously, you produce really thoughtful and smart stuff. Be patient with yourself and also hold yourself accountable. Embrace uncertainty and then respond, and I promise you, growth will occur." After that first year, Raheem spoke less of hockey and more about a course load and academic rigor. His grades improved from a 4th former from B+ and A- to A and A+ as a 6th former. Teachers did not comment any longer about the need to be focused in the classroom. They were now making comments about Raheem's diligent and conscientious approach in the classroom, asking questions that delved into deeper meaning and moved the class forward. They describe him as locked in and pursuing original ideas. Now when we speak about academics, Raheem does not tell me that everything is fine. He tells me that he is on his grind. The thing that I truly appreciate most about Raheem is the way that he has seized opportunities and recognized that he could become the student that he said he wanted to be. Congratulations, Raheem, on this well-deserved honor. Let me get these off. And now, Reverend Hardy.
Oh, I'm low-key excited to be up here with my friend Kelly. I guess we're not so low-key with all these people in front of us. But anyway, before I say anything else, Bienvenidos a miembros de tu familia y felicitaciones a ustedes también. So do I say high-key excited? Like when I shared with you your midterm grades this term, all A's in 6 courses, and you shared with me your acceptance to some awesome engineering schools. Nah, we gotta stick with low-key because that's who you are, Kelly. A low-key rocket scientist, literally, billiards queen, essayist, set builder, discussion driver, what else? From the start of your first year here, when we were forced to be apart and quiet and on our own steam, you performed at the highest level, high honor roll, all the way. And here we are 4 years later, still in full throttle, still stealth. The beauty of your low-keyness is that it is, yes, quiet, but it's generous. You hang back, you don't show off your amazing talents and intelligence. God forbid you would call attention to yourself. No, what you do has a much greater impact. And it's perhaps the act of the greatest intellectual generosity. You listen. You listen to what people are actually saying before you begin to say something else, before you even begin to think about a response. And then, after you listen, you make an observation, you pose a challenging question, you telegraph a move at the pool table maybe, that encourages and maybe even inspires them to join in and to challenge themselves. This is pure Kelly genius. And before I go on, en otras palabras, la belleza de tu discreción es que eres sí tranquila, pero generosa. Te quedas atrás no mientras no muestras exteriormente tus increíbles talentos e inteligencia. Escuchas activamente lo que otros dicen y luego haces una observación, planteas una pregunta que los alienta y tal vez incluso los inspira a unirse y desafiarse a sí mismos. Qué genio de tu parte, Kelly. Pure Kelly genius. For this I say, thank you for your generosity towards your fellow students and our whole community. Felicitaciones por su incorporación a la sociedad cum laude. Congratulations. I'll give you the thing. Here you go. And up next, Coach Sorento.
It's like I'm extra taller than you. Achieving cum laude status is a reflection of extraordinary balancing ability. Not only do all the students honored here tonight manage to successfully balance the demands of challenging course loads, but many of them manage to do so while also excelling in various athletic arenas. Lyla is proof positive that the role of scholar and the role of athlete can be filled simultaneously and filled well. In preparing my thoughts for tonight, I thought quite a bit about what makes Lyla special academically. And in my mind, it was difficult to separate the qualities that I believe make her academically successful from the qualities that make her successful athletically. So I asked Lyla's teachers and coaches for the first words that come to mind when they think of Lyla. These are their responses. Thinks outside the box, playful, most stubborn, open-minded person, solid, steadfast, determined, confident, persistent, driven, focused, motivated, passionate, and disciplined. What I love most about this list is the fact that all of these qualities, whether identified by a teacher or by a coach, can and do describe Lyla in the classroom, on the field, or on the ice. Her core qualities, those things that make Lyla, Lyla, shine through wherever she finds herself. In addition, these personal characteristics benefit not only Lyla, but those around her as well. Her generosity lies in her willingness to engage fully with all questions and all content. Lyla's commitment to thoughtful consideration of any and all material she encounters enriches her relationships and broadens her understanding of the world. Here's one recent example of Lyla's depth of engagement with a seemingly simple question. I asked Lyla whether she would consider herself more of an athlete or more of a scholar. This was over text and could have been answered with a single word answer. But her response was, which she then followed with a lengthy consideration of why each category applied to her. This is typical of the attention and consideration Lyla gives to all content and part of what makes her so successful. So Lyla, keep engaging and keep giving the best of yourself. We, and all those you encounter as you continue your academic journey, are better off because of your example. Congratulations. Almost forgot, next is Ms. Birnbaum.
I have had the distinct pleasure of knowing Ava since December 1st, 2020, when I interviewed her for her application to Millbrook School over Zoom. As I looked back over my interview notes, a few things I learned about Ava then continue to be true about Ava now. Some highlights from those notes. She enjoys debate in the humanities and engaging in thoughtful discourse. Ava hopes to gain knowing herself better and growing as a person. Ava wants to give to our community, being a supportive community member who is there for others. Admit, admit, admit. The Ava we have gotten to know is all of the above and more. Whether she is writing about how transcendentalism and manifest destiny could have existed as ideologies at the same time for her U.S. history term paper, or digging in on a challenging calculus problem, Ava's work has consistently demonstrated college-level thinking and analysis. Her teachers frequently comment on her curiosity and dedication to her work. Many students at Millbrook share these qualities, but what sets Ava apart is her commitment to her own growth as well as the growth of those around her. Ava has been a peer supporter, zoo curator, a 2-year tutor, and now co-head of the Writing Center. Anyone who has spent time with Ava knows that she will listen to them, care for them, and be selfless with her time. Ava is the type of student and community member who makes everyone and everything better. Congratulations on your induction into the Cum Laude Society, Ava. Next up, Miss Martin.
For many of us, the trajectory of our lives goes something like this. We come into the world filled with curiosity and wonder. We start kindergarten eager to soak up new ideas. And somewhere along the line, junior high, high school, some of that childlike curiosity gets lost. But not for Lily. In the best possible way, Lily is still the eager kindergartner who never grew up. She matured, of course. She knows a lot more stuff than a kindergartner, calculus, for example. But she never lost that little kid enthusiasm for learning. Whether dissecting a poem or a pig, Lily is always 100% in, usually more like 140%. Even in the courses she finds challenging, Lily is upbeat and engaged because she knows that hard work and fun are not mutually exclusive, and because she loves exploring ideas together with her classmates. The together part is important for Lily. She is, I think it's fair to say, a people person. A huge part of what brings Lily joy in the classroom is being there with all of us. Classrooms are about talking and connecting, and these happen to be two of Lily's strong suits. Lily, you've grown from a wide-eyed COVID-era third former to a peer counselor, director of plays, giver of chapel talks, and trivia champion. You've been willing to take risks in and out of the classroom that amaze me, risks that I would not have been brave enough to take myself. Millbrook is proud of you, and I'm proud of you too. Oh, you see that? Next up, Mr. Sorento.
Tyler's advisor, J.P. Burlington, could not be here tonight, so Spokes, you get me instead. These are his words. In his 3-year career at Millbrook, Tyler Spokane has excelled in every aspect of this community. And while Tyler is a very talented young man, especially on the ice, he stands here tonight not because he is a tremendous athlete, although he is. Instead, he stands here tonight and will be conducted into cum laude society because Tyler has proven to be one of the most competitive, tenacious, and hardest working students I have had the privilege to work with. Tyler and I have bonded as advisor-advisee from the moment we arrived on campus in the fall of 2021. I have been fortunate enough to work with an advisee who does not need all that much attention. Tyler knows what he needs to get done and does it without questioning anyone. This is the work ethic he brings to the classroom daily. Tyler's ability to lead and his desire to help others is another reason why he stands here tonight. He dives in headfirst and brings the rest of his peers along with him. Dr. T just recently wrote, quote, "Most days I believe Tyler is the first responder and the brains of the outfit. So besides helping himself, he is just a natural helper to his peers," end quote. This is not the first time I have read a comment like this from one of his teachers over the past 3 years. Lastly, Tyler loves school and has a real passion to grow and to learn and to take advantage of what Millbrook has afforded him. In his time at Millbrook, Tyler has given a part of himself to this school and has grown into a true leader in all areas of this community. Tyler, you were born to be a leader in and out of the classroom, and we look forward to seeing your continued success beyond our campus. It is my pleasure to welcome you into cum laude society. Well done, Tyler. Next up, Mrs. Allen.
Exceptional and brilliant, intellectual and inquisitive, motivated and gifted, imaginative and creative, a savant, a scholar, an artist, an athlete, an activist, a collaborator and a motivator, an intellectual powerhouse, Madison Whis is truly a gift. In our classrooms, in the theater, in the dormitory, on the track, in our community service program, and as a friend, Madison is generous with her time and her spirit. She lives our school motto, non sibi sed cunctus, not for oneself but for all, in all that she does. As a peer supporter, HumDev facilitator, as a theater director, student tutor, varsity athlete, and political activist, Madison is everywhere and executes everything she does flawlessly. And yet, as one of our school's fastest sprinters on the track, she never seems to be rushing. For Madison, it is about the journey. She loves to explore and discuss, question and analyze. She loves to learn for learning's sake. She has also learned that even more important than her flawless academic record is the connection she makes with her teachers and her peers. She is thoughtful and intentional in all that she does and all that she says. The complexity of her thinking and excitement for new ideas has elevated our classrooms and our community. Madison, Millbrook is a better place because of you. You are one of a kind, unafraid of a challenge, and relentless in the face of setbacks. You have transformed our community and inspired so many in your 4 years here. I am excited to see where life takes you. Enjoy the beautiful and complex journey that awaits you. Congratulations. Next up is Mr. Tong.
You good? Okay. Intense, intimidating, terrifying. When I first met Tracy Yin in our Spanish 1 class, these adjectives would describe how I, the teacher, experienced Tracy. Curious, caring, and relentless. After serving as Tracy's advisor for the past 2 years, these adjectives would describe how I, the adult, see Tracy's overall presence here on campus. Quick story. In that Spanish 1 class, every week, we would have a feedback form that the students would fill out. There was a question about how they approached the week, what they thought of the content we were covering, and then what Senor Tam could do to help you move forward. Every week for the first 3 months, Tracy wrote, "Make it harder," to the third question. One might say, Mr. Tom, how were you able to get past Tracy's silent, assassin-like demeanor? One might also ask, what does an advisor do to help someone like Tracy who seemingly needs no help? I would argue that 1, I haven't really gotten past her silent, assassin-like demeanor, and 2, nothing. I've done nothing for 2 years to help Tracy Yin. If you had a class with Tracy, though, she's probably helped you. And if you've lived in a dorm with Tracy, she's also probably helped you. And this is the wonderful balance that Tracy embodies. As she hunts down problem set answers and the perfect primary source, she exhibits steely-eyed determination and a near Jason Voorhees level of silence. While the art, athletic performance, and relationship she creates exhibits wistful beauty and deep, deep care. Tracy, thanks for sharing your unique model of what being a student means to you with our community, and congrats on cum laude. Shake, hand, pose. Look at that. You did that well. Next up, to close, Mr. Jonathan Dance.
Instructions, cum laude inductees, congratulations. Please join your advisors, parents, guardians in the 2018 room for a celebratory dinner. Students and faculty, please join your parents and guardians in the Casertano Hall for a community cookout. This concludes our induction ceremony. Congratulations.